Hey guys, if you haven't known, this is Mr. Garcia. He is an investor, coach, and mentor for home investing. If you have any questions, please put in the chat so we can get to it and give us feedback, okay? And this is Mr. Garcia. Welcome.
All right, so let's get started, okay? Yeah, bear with me 1 second. Anybody else having Zoom issues? My goodness. All right, so welcome everybody. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor here. Saturday, 10 a.m. coffee and mobile home investing. This is not a coaching call. This is a networking call, but we will coach from time to time. Like Miss Isabel said, yes, if you have questions, drop them on the chat box. At one point, you can unmute yourself as well. But if not, she will read the questions to me towards the end, which will open the floor and we'll talk a little bit more about. Stay till the end. We do have advertisements on there. And of course, chat box. Pay attention to the chat box. We do have also advertisements that pop up on there. Okay. But all right, welcome everybody. If you're new to this call, be sure to visit GarciaMHU.com. You can click on any of our social media links there. We like to say we're pretty active on all the above. So, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you can find us on all the above. This call does get recorded and gets posted on YouTube. So if you miss it or want to watch the replay, happy to do so. Okay. So, all right, let's jump into any topic y'all want to talk about, but I do want to mention one thing. Okay, let me see. Saturday not new, but looking forward. Okay. So a couple of new people on here, I think, and there's a few new people on Instagram. So if you're wondering what is with the background back there, okay, you may be wondering what's up with the background. I was wondering what's up with the roof. Okay, surprises, oh my gosh moments. You see our coaching, you heard me talk about allocate X amount of money for oh my gosh moments. Okay, when you start taking walls apart, flooring apart, roofs apart, is it possible there may be an oh my gosh surprise? What's an oh my gosh surprise? Extra labor, extra material, extra cost, and extra time. None of that is good, by the way. Okay, but that comes with mobile home investing. The more you do of anything, the better you're going to get at it, right? But every now and then, things will still come around that you were not expecting. I'll say that. So this is actually a double wide, the same double wide we've been talking about for a while. If you go to our social media, I think we have pre, mid, and post pictures of it. Yeah, it started with just issue after issue. We had to rewire most of that property. So that was issue number one. Contractors, handymans weren't doing the best work, which I think if you've been in this in a mobile home investing or real estate investing enough, you run into that from time to time. Happens, right? So then we dealt with that. Okay. Then we dealt with issues, a lot of leaks, plumbing issues underneath the house. You fix one, you get another and another. And after a while, you figure, let's just fix most of it. I mean, it's going to have to happen after a while anyway. But then there was a roof, the roof, no leaks on the inside that we really noticed at the time. It had a couple sections on the roof where it did need to be touched up, just shingles, and that it is a shingle roof if you're looking at it. Okay. And that is an actual picture from yesterday morning when they took apart the shingles. Okay. There was a leak noticeably at this point. You can see the ceiling where it was starting to bubble up. You can see it was starting to come in. Okay. It wasn't extreme, but it was a problem. Problems do not get better over time. So we get our new contractor crew up there to check it out. He's up there taking the shingles apart and immediately noticed, well, some sections of this roof had no lumber. It was so bad at this point that it was starting to cave in, as you can see. I mean, so obviously you're getting leaks at this point, when you got all that going on in that area, not to mention he couldn't really even step around those areas without, making it into the home at that point. So, but it brought me back to immediately of, the oh my gosh moments. I did not allocate for that. That was not something that when we reviewed it, we saw it because, I don't walk every roof. Okay. I always talk about start from the top to the bottom on any mobile home investing. If you're walking to it, you should already be paying attention. Depending on how the mobile home is sitting, how the park is structured, a lot of times you can see the roof pretty good. So you pay attention to that. When you get on the inside of the mobile home, you start by looking at the ceiling. Obviously, if the roof is leaking, the ceiling is leaking, you'll see it noticeably. It doesn't take long to. Um, so we didn't see any of that, yeah, the roof was a few years old, that sort of thing. Okay. But we we got it done finally. We're still having a few issues that we're having to come back and fix. But then we get this, and getting up there is one of those things, reminders that, no matter how good your due diligence may be, always be prepared for that surprise. Okay. So that is what we're dealing with. Now, this here is not going to be an arm and a leg that we have to fix. It is more aggravating than anything. Of course, there is a resident. So, we also have to attend to that and make sure that she is satisfied. No names will be given. But it's just the time, the aggravation. This same crew that we just hired is a brand new crew that we got. We actually hired them for another property when this, came about. Hey, Mr. Garcia, we have a leak in one of the bedrooms. It is, of course, pictures were sent, and yes, it's very much a leak. Okay. So we had to not start them on that property, but instead send them here. Okay. But that's part of it. Does this make or break our deal? If it was an entire roof on a double wide shingle, I would say it would be questionable. Okay. Because when you're talking about, let's say, a single wide, and this is why, by the way, I say metal on metal are my favorites. Okay. Metal on metal has metal roof. If there's a leak up there, okay, it is metal rusting. So at one point, obviously, there's a crack, there's a small hole, there's something that can easily be patched. You reseal the roof. Okay, to reseal material is a 5-gallon bucket that costs you anywhere from 100 to maybe tops 100, 150 maybe tops. Okay, not you, but your handyman or contractor gets up there, cleans the roof, mops the sealant over it, which gives you another 5 to 10 years worth of good roof. Okay, that's about a $500 total job. A shingle roof, however, on a single wide, okay, let's just say a double wide now, because that's what we're dealing with. If we were to put a whole new roof on this here, you're talking near 5,000. Okay, that's the material, the labor. It just depends on. Okay, of course, we get a lot of discounts on a lot of things that we do, but I mean, that is about what you're looking at. So when you're thinking about estimating a mobile home and think, hey, I also have to put a new roof. Okay, because a lot of times too, if you start patching this little hole here, you patch the next one and the next one, and you got patches all over the roof. It's much like flooring. Stop trying to patch it. Stop trying to put a bunch of little pieces together and go ahead and just replace the entire thing. It can be costly. Okay, it's an investment, but at that point, that's what's got to be done. So, just keep that in mind when you're investing. Think about roofs. The biggest expense you'll have in a mobile home, okay, is going to be your electrical. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about a few wall plugs don't work. Okay, a few switches that they don't seem to be doing right. That's easy. Okay. I'm talking about rewiring the entire property, right? New breakers, new panel, new box. I mean, everything. That would be your biggest expense. Your second one will be, I want to say roof if it's a double wide. If it's a single wide, I would say plumbing. If you have to replumb the entire house, okay, again, we're talking full total. That would be your second, and then your roof. So it's one of those things to keep in mind. When you're investing and when you see our deals on Let's Do Deals on Tuesday, you'll notice that there is no electrical, there is no plumbing, there is no roofing, not to an extreme of, yes, there can be issues on that as well, but we're not going to bring something that needs a complete makeover, if you will, right? You're getting a shell and you have to put a new roof, new plumbing, new electrical. There's no budget I can tell you you're going to fit well. I mean, no, we're not even going to say that. I mean, rent those forever and ever. You can hold them and they'll make you money eventually. That's not mobile home investing. Okay. Got the whole. Okay, let me see. All right, paying attention for questions on here. So, all right. How do you judge what's too much worth it? What is your breaking point? Roof, electrical, plumbing. So Lynn asks on here is, how do you judge what is too much to be worth it? What is your breaking point? Roof or electrical or plumbing? So like I said, all right, think about it this way. You work backwards. Okay, that's how you invest in mobile home investing. You first find out, and this is for any market. For those of you new, okay, you should be making notes now. What is the ARV, after repair value of the mobile home? Meaning, what will it sell for? You got to comp that. Okay, we don't have the luxury of Zillow, Trulia, Realtor, etc. We have to do the legwork and find out what last sold. When you get that final number, let's just use easy numbers, 20,000. Okay, well, I'm going to start taking away from that, because I cannot lower the cost of material or labor, or I would be providing a poor product. If you deliver a poor product, you cannot comp to other mobile homes that are move-in ready beautifuls, right? So you would be doing that. The only number that you can lower is the cost of the home. So you have to allocate the labor and the material. Those are the biggest things on there. And then you know what you can pay. That being said, to answer your question is, if it needs an entire plumbing, an entire roof, an entire electrical, that home better be near free for me to say, okay, it is still a good investment. Okay, so it's all about the numbers checking out. But yes, if I walk in and I see that it needs all the above, I'm probably going to go ahead and pass on that one. Okay. Yes, good question. All right. So any topic y'all want me to discuss, cover on here, like I said, Isabel will tell you about the shadow. Let's talk about the shadow now. A lot of people are asking about that, and a lot of people have signed up at this time. Isabel, you there?
Yes, I am.
So Isabel,
So guys, if you have,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead,
just
Garcia.
ask you a couple of things on here. So Isabel, you attended the shadow event. What was it, mid last year?
Yes, summertime of June.
I think so. Yeah. It was down in Central Georgia as well. So you attended the shadow event. I think that was one of the bigger ones. You know, typically don't allow more than about 25 people. The reason why is mobile homes are small. I like to get personal with people and make sure we answer everybody's questions and get to know each other. We're there to network as much as we are there to learn. But the one you were at, I think that was one of the bigger ones that we did. We had about 50 people at that one. So yeah, that was a big event. But talk about your experience on that one, some of the things that you did learn and were able to obviously get for to move into mobile home investing.
Two things that I took from it is one of the houses that we did walk in, it was not rehabbed yet, but it was in the process of it. So we did get to see some things that you do focus in on and how to find out if there's any like situations that you fall into. I remember the house that we was in must have had like a floor issue, and you showed us how the people before that solve the issue, but really half did it. So, you know, you fell into that place where you had to go in and fix half the floor. And, you know, it's a better investment because if you're fixing half of a work, right, you know, you're going to be spending more money, you know, having to open up that whole floor and see that something has grown, right? So we seen that. You showed us some things in a house that you've already fixed, that you finished, and how we can, you know, material that you use that I know that we used on a house before meeting you, that, you know, you showed us how to budget out and, you know, use things that were acceptable and same value, and just better on our pockets, better on the budget, but also better for the people that are going to live in there, right? The vinyl flooring and, you know, not patchworking, but keeping cabinets and not throwing things all the way out. So, you know, we learned a lot of things of, you know, keeping value in a house without spending so much money, but also, you know, making it come up to livable, right? Affordable living, livable where, you know, you're not killing your pockets. So we learned a whole lot in those two homes that you showed us in that day.
Absolutely. And nobody fell through the floors, by the way. That was surprising. Not that I'm saying we're shooting for anybody to fall through the floors, but yeah. And you know, that's the point of, you know, much like we're presenting the roof here and showing, you know, details. I'm not going to take you on the roof. I can tell you that now. We are not going on the roof. So, you know, this is about as much as you're going to see. We may make a whole call and actually get more specific. I may have my contractor on there, like we had Mr. Prim, or investor partner, and the contractor may be on the roof, but we're not going to get on there. So, but as far as the shadow, we do take you in and out. And that is the point. You know, you get the shadow me for a day for all y'all here is, you know, we go in and we show you specifics. Can anybody mobile home invest? Yeah, I think so. I mean, only you hold you back. So, you know, anybody can, but can you invest wisely? Can you invest right? You know, when I first got started, I spun a lot of wheel. I wasted a lot of time. You can make money back up. Okay, you can always get another investment, but you can't ever get your time back. That's the most valuable thing. And when you learn from somebody who's out there doing it and getting it done, okay, that's what my coaches and mentors do as well. I learn from them. You eliminate the wasting of time, and you eliminate also wasting a lot of money. Okay, a lot of mistakes that you otherwise would have made. question I was asked many times in the past was if you could do one thing differently, if you had to start over again. My thing was always get a coaching mentor. I didn't believe in coaching mentors starting out. I thought, I was an introvert anyway. So you think of that, well, I got it. I'll figure it out. I don't want to talk to anybody. In this business, you're going to become a people person real quick because you're going to talk to a lot of people, unless you have somebody making your cold calls and answering every one of your phone calls, that's not going to work for long. So we had to shift and change that. But, definitely is get a coach and a mentor. Get out there and learn, and you're never fully going to learn everything. That's the thing is, Isabel, y'all had an investment before you came to me. So a lot of the things that you learn, I'm sure you thought I'm already doing it right. But then there's also things that you think, oh, I could have done that differently. But it isn't until you get out there and start doing your own investment that you think, okay, that's your real teacher. Okay. Having a coach and a mentor to back you up, you can reach out to, all that is great. But your real teachers, when you get out there, stuff I cannot teach you from here or from a book.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's see. A few more people have joined on Instagram. Welcome to Coffee Mobile Home Investing. I don't have coffee, by the way. I was running a little behind. It was more important for me to get on the call than for me to get coffee. So that's my commitment to y'all all. But I will be getting coffee. Okay. Anybody on here? Any issues y'all have been having with mobile home investing, from the rehab, labor? Unmute yourself. Drop a comment on Instagram. Happy to talk on here. We got a few more minutes we go. This is typically about a 30-minute call. Let's see. So, okay.
Hey, Jay, I got a comment.
Mark, I think you got poor signal, sir.
All right. I'll mute, be quiet. Then I was going to make a comment, but I do have a poor signal. That's fine. I'll just chime in later.
We can hear you a little better. You can try. Go ahead.
No, just a heads up. I got an open house today in Macon, and I'm showing a couple of units. And I'm going to test out a new exit strategy today. If it works, Jay, I'll share it with you later, and it may be something we can push out to the rest. But I'm kind of excited about it, but I'll let you know how it works out after my open house this morning.
Okay. Yeah. That just gave me an idea, for anybody on here, if you're having any success as such, or you're trying something new, you want to share with everybody, we can actually do that maybe next Saturday. We can, Mark, if you want to do that next Saturday, we can just talk about your deals and how that went.
Yeah, that'd be good, man. I'll let you know. I've got several buyers coming in. I've got about 3 homes we're showing today. So hopefully next Saturday I'll have a good report for you.
Okay. Awesome. And that's what I'm talking about. See, giving back. Okay. Y'all think that y'all can hear Mark next week and maybe you'll learn something? Absolutely. Not to mention, on here, you should be connecting with everybody. Everybody on here is a mobile home investor. I would be sending messages. Y'all share y'all's contacts, y'all's emails. Everybody should be connecting with everybody. This is how we grow. Okay. Do you know the average cost of a mobile home? Okay, my chat said, do you know the average cost of moving a mobile home? Yes, we moved 23 mobile homes this week. It depends where you're at, that will make a difference, but down here, and it's fairly equal. I think the whole Southeast, to move a single wide, it is no longer a 3,000 transport. We are looking more right around 5,000. Okay. Everything has gone up, including the cost of material, obviously, that they use underneath the mobile homes. So, we are seeing anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000 on a 50-mile radius. Okay. Point A to point B, 50 miles. If it goes past 50 miles, typically you start seeing a pretty hefty bill, $20, $30 per mile. It starts adding up real quick. Somebody once tried to tell me that they were moving a mobile home 2 states away. Yeah, I like to see how that, no, I don't want to see how that one works out. Okay. It's not going to work out. Think about it this way. Mobile homes are, they're meant to be mobile, but I always say this, the older the mobile home is, use common sense. This mobile home is going to go on the highway. It's going to jiggle. It's going to jump. It's going to rattle. It is bouncing on the way there. Do you want a 40-year-old box moving down the highway like that? I don't want to move it any further. When we move mobile homes, we don't exceed more than about 50, 60 miles tops. Double wides, however, it is a lot more. It is not double. Okay, to move a double wide, you're looking now probably close to 15,000 just to move it. Okay, it's a lot more intensive labor. They have to break it apart. Remember, a double wide is two single wides put together, pretty much. They have to break it apart. Okay, take each side apart. They have to tape them up, prep them, take them out there to where they're going to deliver from point A to point B. When they get to point B, it is not like the single wide. Level it, strap it, and you're good to go. Double wides, they got to put it back together, level them. It is a lot of work. I've seen double wides, and yeah, not something I like to get involved a whole lot into that. So it's a skill for sure. All right, and all of you on here. So Isabel, if you want to tell them when the shadow is going to be, how they can sign up, I can chime in where I need to as well, because we're coming down to 10:30 at this time.
All right, so if you're interested in the live event, I hope you all are able to make it or sign up. It is March 19th. It is held in Warner Robins. That is our location for now. If there's 20 spots available, I know a lot of people have already signed up. So if you're interested, please go to garciamhu.com and please sign up on there, and you can get more information through email. Please understand, we do have other teachings for the week. We have Sunday coaching. If you have any questions on there, they go, it's a coaching series with Mr. Garcia where he's going over specifics on certain things.
Wholesale, by the way, wholesaling tomorrow night.
Wholesaling for this Sunday. And that's at 8 p.m. We also are having another one with Let's Make a Deal on Tuesday at 7 p.m. So if you have any deals, if you know anyone that has any deals, if you're looking for an investment, please come out on Tuesday and check it out. We have a lot of inventory for anyone that's interested on starting their new investment. And also for any members, on Wednesday, there is a members only teaching with Mr. Garcia, and that is at 7 p.m. Am I correct, Mr. Garcia?
Yeah, Wednesday webinar is.
Webinar, that's for members only. So if you're interested in that, please also go to garciamhu.com, and there's a step-by-step on there where you can sign up for that. Is anything that I missed, Garcia?
No, that's great. Definitely. Y'all sign up. I think there's a few seats left for the shadow. It is still a one-day event. It will be a two-day event, but this is not a monthly event anymore. It'll be quarterly or every few months. A lot of you have asked about wholesaling. How do I get into mobile homes with no money? Okay, there's no shame in that. I do plenty of wholesale now, even so. That is tomorrow night. We will teach you how to wholesale and how to use other people's money should you need to buy it and do a double wholesale. So we'll be covering that 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Y'all join us, but definitely join the shadow. Come out and be with us. Be live in Warner Robins. We will share the event actual address. It'll probably be Isabel or GMHU admin that will send it to y'all all, whoever signs up. More specific by next week. We'll tell you what you need to bring, what to expect, where it's going to be taking place, hotels nearby. If you're flying, I know we got a couple people that are coming from Jersey, I think. So we'll send all the details. You'll get in specifics at that point. Okay, but definitely. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, everyone on here for joining, and we will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Thank you for watching.